God, it's all go today, isn't it? It's all go today. Hi everyone on YouTube, it's Giles here. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. I've just realised I've set everything up, the camera and the table and everything, too far away from where I'm actually sitting. It's due to me not having like a decent place, a decent setup. I'm sitting on the bed, and this is a little table that's a little way away from the bed. So what I have to do is move the setup towards me. To you, I don't think it will look any different because you'll be looking at the same thing, but the camera will have moved with it. This is awful actually, because the phone battery was about to die, and I've had to hook that up to a charger. So I have to move. Oh, bear with me. Bear with my God. We will live through this. If my name isn't Giles PJ Hellier. Yes. That's right. We don't need to move the table. We just need to move the book. Yes. Oh God, it's been a very funny afternoon for me. I thought I'd made a new friend over Discord, but it turned out somebody that just wanted me, not exactly for my body, but for my, how do you put it? My imaginary body. I see someone had come in this was on the work side of things, so they come from DeviantArt, and so, you know, I made the assumption that it's some sordid background to all of it. I'm known in all of the porny hentai boroughs, but like, they were like, the transition from like, hey, how are you, to like, can I tie you up? It gave me whiplash. It was like, hey, how are you? I was like, oh, I'm alright, how are you? Like, I saw some of your artwork, I quite like it. I said, oh, that's very nice of you to say so. So, what are you up to? I says, I'm not up to much, I'm just watching a bit of SpongeBob. Oh man, I really like SpongeBob. Can I tie you up? Oh, that's when I worked out for sure that it wasn't a woman. that's the only problem when you're in those sort of circles online. Most of the women aren't women. It's simple rule. If they say they're a woman, they're not. But that's just the internet. They've been doing that for years. They've been doing that before the internet was a thing. That's that whole joke of, like, you know, every old-fashioned male writer is just a woman in disguise. Women in disguise. So I've got some more words to put in the hat, and we will detail them. This is the hat. You remember the hat. My hope in the end is for the hat to be so full that I'll be able to submerge my hand in there as I'm grabbing a new thing to draw on that particular day. And I would be interested in your feedback as to what we do with Batman. Now that Batman is spent, we have spent Batman. But call me a hoarder if you want. I'm hesitant to destroy Batman forevermore. What I was thinking of doing, maybe, is forming some sort of secondary hat, a callback hat, a retired hat, if you will, whereby, like at the end of a video, I draw from that and draw like a quick final picture of, you know, basically something that had been drawn on a previous video. That is my proposal. Does it jive with you? Is it jive or jibe? I think it's jibe. Or is it jive? Isn't jive like you jive? But what's jibe? Aren't they the same thing? Oh, I don't know. Stupid English. I don't even speak it, you know. So, last time on Giles Art, or GART, as it's also known, we drew Batman, defeating Two-Face in a heroic last stand. Now, who's going to be next on the chopping block? Now, let's go through the news suggestions. Suggestions were all made by me, apart from one. And please make some suggestions. If you don't make suggestions, I've got no show. And if I've got no show, well, nothing really happens. But I would really appreciate it if you just typed any old shit in the... Nobody get clever and type any old shit. Actually, those words. But, you know, just a word. Brick. Sandwich. Anything. Just for me to put down. And, or, you know, celebrity. Or if you know me very well, put down things I hate. That could be quite amusing. But today, we're going to go through these. Cheese. Cheese. Because, who knows? Cheese is just a word. Who knows what it could create? Space Marines. I'm talking about the Warhammer Space Marines. They kind of they've eaten the term Space Marines, haven't they? Like, when you think Space Marines, you don't think of anything other than Warhammer. Sorry, by the way, StarCraft fans. Super Fantasy Zone. No, that isn't some kind of ultimate porn. That is a 16-bit video game. I played it on the Mega Drive, which was the Genesis, known abroad. I don't know if it was on the Super Nintendo. But it was called Super Fantasy Zone, and it was from the era where they were putting super at the beginning of every... It's a great game, it'd be really fun to draw. Sonic the Hedgehog. No, it needs no introduction. Mega Man. You do know Mega Man, right? Cake, not the band. It's like cheese. I mean, cake isn't like cheese. Well, unless it's cheesecake. But the point I'm trying to make is that this would just be that. It would just be cake. That would just be the word. But I thought I'd put not the band, just in case anybody was like, oh, the band, draw the band. I'm not going to draw the band. I don't even like cake. I mean, I like cake, not the band. But I actually, the band's not that bad, to be honest. I wouldn't draw them, you know. I taste them though. Dynamite Heady, which is actually my favourite video game of all time. And that's another Mega Drive game. It's great. He changes his head to fight crime, which is something... it's probably what I'd have to do if I was out fighting crime. Matt Stone and Trey Parker. That's right, not South Park. None of the characters from South Park. It's Matt Stone and Trey Parker. I think they'd be quite fun to draw. All I know is that I'd probably draw Trey Parker with a massive hat, because that's what he wore during the anniversary show. RoboCop. Because that's one of the greatest films ever made. Shapeshifter. This was what came from a brief conversation with somebody in the previous comment section. We didn't say a shapeshifter in particular. There are so many ways you can interpret that. So it would be a case of when I draw it out, seeing what the hell comes to my mind. You know, some people have described many cryptids as shapeshifters. Those to me are the most far-fetched cryptids, because the only side of real shape-shifting we've had in real life is, you know, cocoons or chameleons. You know, we don't have, you know, we don't have men morphing into werewolves. It hasn't happened yet. You know, that is a brilliant song by William Shatner. It hasn't happened yet. Look it up. It's brilliant. If there's a live clip of it, actually, just stop. You know what? It's more important than this video. Pause this video. Open YouTube in like another tab, because you're going to want to come back to this video, and just type in William Shatner. It hasn't happened yet. Someone's like cut together like a video using like Star Trek footage, and that's pretty cool. But that is still the studio version. There's like a live clip of him like looking like a divorcee on stage with some opera singer woman, and it's actually quite beautiful. Penn and Teller, because they're Penn and Teller, and I think they are fantabulous. Although I probably wouldn't describe them in that particular word to their faces. Tribal stuff. I've been doing a lot of tribal stuff recently, and I like a lot of tribal stuff. I'm still, unfortunately, I'm still reading through Cave Girl at the moment, because apparently I'm illiterate and it takes me ages to do anything book related. But I'm not saying I'll draw Cave Girl, but you know, I like jungle women, and there's not enough jungle men in this world, so maybe I'll try and counteract that. Or just do some kind of voodoo shaman, you never know. Jack Black. Because he's Jack Black, and who wouldn't want to draw him? Jessica Rabbit. Now, this one, I'm probably going to totally forget this special rule, but this one comes with a special rule. Which, like I said, which I may or may not forget on the day that I actually draw this. I will not allow to be in this room if I draw this one. It will all live on camera before your eyes, just like we moved this set at the beginning of this video. I will have to relocate out of the room, and the reason why is because there are 3 Jessica Rabbits in this room with me. And the whole point of this is that I have to draw from that withered and battered, soggy old cake I call a brain. And that is where the amusement comes from. If I have Jessica Rabbit right in front of me, which literally I'm looking at her right now, it kind of takes away the fun, you know. So yes, if Jessica Rabbit comes up, I will have to leave the room. But don't worry, I'll take you with me. Ronnie James Dio. I was just going to do Dio, but then the thing will only be that big and it'll be super obvious when I'm looking through it. Ronnie James Dio is Ronnie James Dio. And he is the man on the Silver Mountain, and he is a god! Superman. A little bit different from Mega Man. I thought to myself, well, I drew Batman, and I hate Batman. I mean, I love the retro Batman, but I hate Batman. But I quite enjoyed the Batman episode, and I think you know, I do actually like Superman. Well, I don't like anything he's done recently because it's quite obvious that the writers don't like him. But I am a fan of him from the time when the writers did like him. But that was like 50 years ago. Halloween. I thought this was only fair because we're using their hat to keep all of these in. So Halloween. Mick Foley. My favourite wrestler of all time. Mick Foley. Legend of Zelda. I was going to put Link, because it's Link that I was thinking of drawing. Which is, I always find it a bit weird the way it's like Legend of Zelda. And I was like, isn't Link the legend? Because he's, you know, usually when it's a legend, it's like of the hero, you know? Legend tells of a man, blah, blah, blah. They don't say legend tells of a woman sought by a man. Like, you know, that's like telling the legend ass backwards. I don't know. But, last one. SpongeBob SquarePants, which I've been watching through right now. You know, people talk to me about like the apparently the series sucks the further you go on, because I think, what's his name, Steven, is it like Hillenberg or something, the man that made SpongeBob SquarePants, he dies at some point, and the series starts plunging a little bit. So far, I am laughing like an idiot while I'm watching it, and that's all I care about. Oh, I really hope I don't get Jessica. I'm quite comfortable where I am. I wish I had some tweezers, or like, to it. I don't know why tweezers make it any different to retrieve this. Okay, we have to do what I did last time, and do that, and hopefully you trust me that my face is over that way. I'm over here. I can't see. Let's see. Where the letters are there? Interesting. I've got one. It's TotalBiscuit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he's here to ask and answer one question. WTF is this shit Giles' drawing? So, alright, TotalBiscuit. That is... What are you doing? Okay, so TotalBiscuit. Let's see, my memories of TotalBiscuit. I believe it was my ex-girlfriend that introduced me to TotalBiscuit, but I can't remember if it was if she introduced me to TotalBiscuit or if she introduced me to the show with TotalBiscuit and Jesse Cox, who they played Terraria together, which is still a game that I play to this day. And I think it was when a lot of the Let's Play series were just sort of starting off. Like, I think like TotalBiscuit, I think he was known primarily for like consumer advocacy, like talking about he would do a series called WTF Is, and that would be followed by the game title that he was reviewing, and he would break down the quality of the game, the functionality of it, and the price of it. So when you've got like a very expensive game that is immensely difficult to run, you had folks like TotalBiscuit writing articles about it and talking about it, and it was something that I came to respect him a lot for. And if you're not aware of him, and if you're curious as to why I'm referring to him in the third person, and no, past tense, beg your pardon, that's because he passed away a few years ago. I think he was like mid-30s or something like that, from bowel cancer, which was generally quite horrible. But I still go back and watch his videos, and that's why I wanted to put him in the hat. Because, it's interesting, because I think a lot of the things that he's remembered for by myself in particular, I'm not sure if he'd put them top of the bill. Like when he thinks about consumer advocacy and all that sort of stuff. For me, I remember the entertainment side of things. I remember him, playing Terraria with Jesse Cox. His wife, Jenna, she played some various sort of Let's Play games with TotalBiscuit, and that was very funny as well. Just all round general good vibes, I feel. But I'll talk about wanting a top hat to put my words in. He was also characterized as wearing a top hat. So we're going to start with a top hat. oh dearie me. He was always sort of, whenever you saw him drawn in a cartoon, he was always drawn quite round. and I'm not saying that he was round. I mean, he did have a little bit of weight on him, but you wouldn't say he was a round man. Oh dear. But it's funny when you I don't know. I do have like this memory problems of what people look like, and I think actually this is like he was they I remember a lot of cartoons with him being drawn with a beard, but I don't remember seeing him with a beard. I always thought he was quite clean shaven, unless he did have a beard. Bear in mind, this is someone that you know, if you watched WTF or the Terraria series, he didn't actually appear on camera that much. I mean, they did I think it was like a weekly podcast called the Co-optional Podcast, and I watched that sometimes, but you know, I feel similar with, you know, podcasts to back then as to how I feel now, which is a lot of them are quite long for me, which is quite a precarious thing for me to mention while I'm filming this. Let's did he have a beard? He had a goatee, didn't he? Yes. You see, there's probably a lot of people that know him, that remember, you know, watching him, and again, watching the co-optional podcast, that are probably sitting there going, of course he's got a beard, you pranny. Judging. He's judging people. He's judging extortionate games that are bad. You know, he's a bit of hair. Bit of hair. This is... Oh dear, I'm feeling the pressure a little bit more than I have done recently, because we are commemorating someone who passed. But whoa, I could say Batman has also passed. That was an effortless episode, but this is different. Well, this is someone who I actually loved. Damn it! Now I've got no more tea. Oh. Right, so here he is. And I put him in a suave jacket. He's too suave for love. I mean, not too suave for love. The wife. Jesus Christ, this is fucked. To be honest, as a cartoon, I'm all right with his face. I feel like that's biscuity, you know. Give him a tie. I've never seen him in a tie in my life. People that play video games don't wear ties. I put that on a t-shirt. Give him a tie. Give him a tie, because he's just had enough. He put on a tie just so that he could loosen it stressfully and go, whoa, you know. I record him wearing glasses too, you know. But I don't want to put the glasses on there and ruin it. Ruin the split. He looks a bit like Jack the Ripper, doesn't he? I got it. He's in a video game store. He's in a video game store judging. What the hell does a video game store look like? I haven't seen one in like decades. What there's there? Oh, Jesus, don't they have like display where it's like, this is the one game we have in the shop? There. Yes, these are top video game titles. Oh, with a big sign that says FPS 30. He would love that. he would love that. Like they're putting up like a sign, like it's a good thing, like it's a sales point. You know, like when you buy a sandwich from a supermarket and they have the audacity to put a little sticker on it saying no mayo, as if like it's literally them saying we left something out. Congratulate us. I don't know what to write on these to make them look more like video games. I'll put a little disc, maybe. That literally looks like nothing. I don't know. What's a popular video game? Oh, excuse me, my nose is running. It would wait till I hit record on the video. Maybe some water will sort that out. It won't, but you know. A man can have a dream. How can I make these boxes look more like games? The games don't come in boxes anymore. Alright, they're like little DVD boxes. What's a popular... I don't play popular games, you know. I don't know anything. I don't know anything. Dark Souls. That's a thing. I don't know anything about Dark Souls. I'll tell you what, draw a little ghost. Draw a little ghost. There. And hang on. Ooh, there. But he won't be white. He'll be black because he's a Dark Soul. There, Dark Souls. That's it. And he's like, what the hell? That's ridiculous. That's not a Dark Soul. I don't know. I've ruined this one to do anything with it, really. Put triple X on it. It's a porn game, but they won't admit it. And he's like, oh, I see what you're up to. I see what you're up to, porn game. Well, I don't know. I just don't know. So another... Oh, GTA. GTA. I wonder how many people actually stole GTA. That doesn't look like GTA at all. That literally looks like a little dress with arms and a G for a head. Oh. Okay. And well, the counter will be over here. Cash register. Oh, the cash registers don't look like cash. Why don't things look like things anymore? Like, why don't cash registers look like cash registers? Video games look like video games. Fuck the future. It's ruined everything. Meh. I'm going to draw an old-fashioned cash register because, fuck. I can't. It's touted in the way. All right, cashier. Cashier's worried because he's seen it's TotalBiscuit. He's like, oh no, he's gonna judge the games. I really don't care. This'll do. This'll do. It's true as life. Last game store I went to, the cashier looked exactly like that. Called him Neck McMullins. Oh dear, I don't even know what these are. A bin, a bargain bin. They have those, don't they? Do they? Let's draw a bargain bin. You know, where they're like, games from time ago. Bar. Oh no, I'm having a dyslexic attack. I've written barg and I can't remember. It's oh no. I just put a pound on there. Barg. It's bargain, isn't it? Is it? Bargain. Oh, I do apologise for the snuffling. Why is this happening to me? There we go. And lots of games in there. Maybe there's a loose disc because it's that bad. Bargain. Yeah, free games. Well, not free. You've got to pay for them. There's usually like a control pad in there, isn't there? One that no one wants because it has a rumble function that will destroy your knob. It's all a conspiracy. There we go. Buttons. And I don't know. I put a door over there. Just that's the way out. There we go. Yes. I want to write a little speech bubble for him, but I've left no space for it. Got it. Aha. That's a reference to a video he did with Jenna where it was like a sword fighting game. It's called like Night Dog or something. And sorry if you saw a pause just then. I had to briefly hit the record button to sniff my face off. Yes. I think that's fair enough. Yes. I feel like there should be some detail on his hat. I'm saying I don't want to leave it. Put a little line there because that's the center point of the shop. But yes, he's turned up at the game shop. This man is shocked and terrified of the biscuit. And all is not well. So that's that. That is TotalBiscuit in the game shop. I'm thinking about him in Terraria. But if you remember from the previous video, when I added TotalBiscuit to the hat, there was also one that was TB and JC, which is TotalBiscuit and Jesse Cox, and that was to go more down the Terraria route. But I feel like I've just got to go with what I know with, and so that's where we're going to go. So we might revisit this exact same subject when JC and Jesse is drawn, or when just Jesse is drawn, because he's also in there solo. Although Secret Hitler. if you don't know what Secret Hitler is, that is a very puzzling thing to suddenly say. He also did a playthrough that was one of my favourite things called Secret Hitler, and I played Secret Hitler with quite a few people, funnily enough, and it's this game where I haven't played it so long. It's like it starts off where nobody knows who Hitler is. So kind of like at the start of the game, everybody's assigned their roles without anybody knowing who anybody is. A certain amount of people are allied, and a certain amount of people are Nazi and one person is Hitler. And it's all about sort of trying to figure out who is Hitler as by making certain requests. Go and like watch a tutorial on it if you've never seen it before. But it's a very fun game, and it is the sort of game that winds you up screaming, "I am Hitler" or "They are Hitler." And there's no greater pleasure than being convinced that somebody is Hitler for half an hour, repeatedly telling them that they are Hitler, only to find out at the end of the game they're not Hitler at all. So maybe. So the problem is, I think it would be funny to draw him as a Nazi, but people don't really get that kind of humour anymore, do they? Yeah, fuck it. We'll draw some. Let's see. So right, we want our biscuit here. His name is John, by the way. If anybody is curious about this chap I keep referring to as TotalBiscuit, his name is John, but we knew him as TotalBiscuit. That hat looks very styleless. Right, so give some judgy Jason eyes. There he is. He's judging people again. Judge. 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 I'm debating whether to give him a Hitler moustache. Because the thing is, it won't. I've given him a very round head. We were talking about the roundness in the previous video. I don't know what's going on. Help me. Help me, I need an adult. He looks like an angry farmer with a top hat on. Maybe the goatee will change all of that. It's changed quite a bit of it, actually. Nugget hands. He's. I think I've got an idea for this. Bear with me. I won't put him in a tie again. Maybe I should. Or maybe a frilly cravat. No. Let's be serious about this. For God's sake. Cool. That's quite a dynamic. He looks ready to go, doesn't he? He looks like whoever is over here has sorely offended his entire family. And he is about to ruin their Christmas. What have I drawn this line? What is it? Like a zip? Whatever. Yes. He's in a tracksuit that day. This is a weird combination. A man in a tracksuit. Right. Let's draw Hitler here. Let's make Hitler actually be present. Not in terms of the game or anything like that. Just actually Hitler himself is in the room with TotalBiscuit being judged. See that? That's why he's so pissed off. Because the other bloke is Hitler. And he's like, who the bloody hell do you think you are? You incredulous fool. That was from the Terrarian series. How the fuck do I draw Hitler? This one I'm not concerned about fucking up because he's Hitler. Well, let's, as a grounding point, let's use his moustache. Hitler. 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 Bear with me. Technical difficulties. We'll get there. We'll get there in the end. I don't know why TotalBiscuit is hanging out with Hitler. Maybe that was, you know, part of the ruse. Part of the ruse. You just know there's going to be some edgelord that sees this and they go, well, TotalBiscuit was kind of like a Nazi anyway, so it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, you always get those people, when someone passes away, you always get that person in the comment sections that tries to show their edge. And all they do is reveal how blunt they are. Dull. Shapeless. Anyway, Hitler didn't have any facial hair, did he? He was clean shaven. I have to wonder that. Certain people just end up clean shaven. You're like, how? I'm not saying particularly Hitler, but like, I'll put it this way, like all like the stoners I know, they're all like mega clean shaven. Like, how do they manage that? How do they, like, you know, you think, oh, they're high all the time, they barely do anything, you know. I'm not picking on stoners. There is such thing as a functional stoner, just apparently none that I know. Hitler has a tie, doesn't he? Does he have a tie? I can't remember. Well, this is something I'm quite proud to not know off the top of my head. There. We'll just put a little collar on him. He's Hitler. Wearing his pretty tie. His pretty shiny comedy tie. There he is. He looks more like Charlie Chaplin, which I know that's who Hitler modelled himself after, but that's not the point. He was supposed to look like Hitler. I appear to be having a full-blown hay fever attack now. I'm gonna. The pause button is my friend. That's Hitler. Look at that, Hitler. You're so cheap. You can't even buy a new jacket. And you don't wash, Hitler. Look at all those flies around you. Hitler! What is your problem? What is your problem? Look how angry you're making TotalBiscuit. Stupid Hitler. There should be a little Nazi thing. I forget in which way the swastika is supposed to go. Again, this is a lack of knowledge that I don't feel bad about. And isn't there like a band, like one of these? I don't know. There, and he's got it. He's got a scroll in front of him. We just need, because right now we need to make it more obvious that it is Hitler. Like otherwise, we're making like TotalBiscuit look like a bastard. Like he's just turned up at Charlie Chaplin's house, a legendary comedian, and is judging him. That would be unkind. So there. Evil plan. Yep. Evil plan. So he's got an evil plan, and he's like, "How very much dare you? How very much dare you? WTF is your face." what could be going on in the background. The Hindenburg. No, I can't draw the Hindenburg. Oh, well, I'll draw like a cartoon Hindenburg. Look, there it is. Cartoon Hindenburg. This'll. There we are. I think that's it, isn't it? It's got like a thing. It's not blowing up. Hasn't blown up yet. Not sure what TotalBiscuit is doing back in this particular time zone. That's only just occurred to me. There's like parachuters going on in the background. That's awful. It's a very long man I've drawn there. Strength in numbers. Like I said in every single video, doesn't matter how crap you draw. Just draw a lot and it'll not look so bad. You know, one far in the distance. It's a table of some degree. Put a link there, and I don't know. It's one of those cheap World War tables that's made out of balsa. No, I don't know. Who cares? So Hindenburg, paratrooping people. Some water, a boat. You know, I like my boats. Nice little boat, just to bring home that it's water, you know. With a little man in the boat, with a rod. He's doing a bit of fishing. Wartime fishing. He's to feed the Nazis, I guess. Because, well, unless Hitler is... I think we're implying here that we are in Hitlerland, which was Germany during the war. They changed the name of Germany to Hitlerland. They were going to have, you know, fun rides and everything. Over here, on the floor behind them, can be a box of Secret Hitler, the game. I don't know what the actual box looks like, and I don't know how it makes sense that the box is back in World War II times. Secret. Oh, I'm running out of space here. Secret H. We all know what the H stands for, but it's a secret. And some flowers. Why not? Say what you want about Germany during this time. They did have flowers. This is possibly the weirdest drawing I've ever made in my life, but I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I think we will do something Terraria-based to end this biscacious adventure. It's just a little bush with an apple or two, and he hasn't slept in days. Shouldn't there be some kind of symbol? Don't they have skulls? The Nazis, I think they did. Skull. Ugh. There. Skull. Hitler. Nasty. TotalBiscuit doesn't like him. This is clear. He's like, how dare you? I'm here to ask and answer one simple question. How far can my fist get into your face? Okay. Oh dear, one more meaty pause, and then the final drawing. Right, so, in the land of Terraria, when all was well, does this mean we're going to have Jesse in this picture? We'll probably have Jesse in this picture as well. Why not? Infamously, Jesse died a lot during this game. In fact, there are several videos of Jesse Cox dying non-stop throughout this video, throughout the series of their Terraria show. So it might... Do you know what? I used that quote earlier, you incredulous fool. Let's have Jesse splatting on the floor next to TotalBiscuit saying, you incredulous fool. That to me is the Terraria series of Jesse Cox and TotalBiscuit in a nutshell. So let's start off. This is the ledge from whence Jesse will fall. This is the ground upon which Jesse shall sprawl. And here is the ground from which TotalBiscuit shall loll. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, you ready? Anytime. Right. It's quite appropriate to be doing this sort of stuff. I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons tomorrow with some people I've never met before. So, that's... this is practice. Oh, wait, I haven't done a little drawing of Jesse. Like, when I do that first drawing, that's kind of me getting the person down as like a character, if you will. And I haven't done that for Jesse, so this is just on the fly. Jesse's head. But it's like splatting a bit, you know? Oh dear. Oh god, I don't want to make it look too horrible. Which he's got a beard, hasn't he? And hair. Why haven't I given him hair? This has gone wrong. This has gone wrong. I can't draw. I mean, we know that, but I mean, today it's worse than ever. That's a beard splatting, by the way, apparently. And the rest of his hair. The hell's the rest of his hair look like? Where are his glasses? They're up here. I'm quite sure he wears square glasses. Oh no. There we go. There we go. Glasses have fallen off because of all the falling that he was doing. I don't know. This'll do. This'll. Oh, poor Jesse. What have I done to you? Oh dear. Oh, that looks painful. Oh dear. God. So I keep like blowing my nose. And sorry, it's disgusting, but I'm wondering where it's all bloody coming from. I'm just like, Jesus, everything with my brain is coming out. You know, and if you sit there wondering like, why don't you just bloody record another day? The thing is, I'm enjoying making these videos a lot, but they're not, you know, not my income or anything like that, and I've got got a very tight schedule for when I can do them. So it's like the hour that I'm recording this in is it, you know. If if I can't sort of do this video in one session in 1 hour, that's it. Which is why my temper for said snartiness is well, it's actually quite good today. You know, I'm holding up well. I haven't wanted to kill anyone or anything, you know. Oh, poor Jesse. Blurk. And here we have TotalBiscuit. We'll start with his top hat. Seems to be a good grounding point. His top hat. Have it tilt out this time. Don't draw a crappy like one like when he was yelling at Hitler. You know, this is this nice top hat. Yeah, because that's the thing. That's the thing. He was going out to see Hitler, so he didn't bother wearing his nice top hat. He was like, I'm not going to dress up for this bloke. He's Hitler. Fuck him. You know. So he's watching him, judging him, being a judgy Jason. That's Garfield and Co. Garfield could be a suggestion. I'll never remember it by the time I get back to the computer to where I keep all my notes for this. If you think it's a good idea, second it. What's he going to be wearing? Well, he was he was in the game, well, in the early episodes of the show. He was wearing like an armor that kind of made him look really buff. it was a copper armor, but it was kind of like flesh colored. So maybe TotalBiscuit should be buff for this picture. You know what? I think my eyes are bigger than my stomach here. I have absolutely no idea how to draw buffness. Which is embarrassing because, you know, I depicted it for so long in the 3D medium or the 3D-dium. Nugget hands, always nugget hands. Save my life, does nugget hands. like a white Mr. T. Oh dear, this is. I know I'm fighting through this snotness right now, but it's worth it just to do this. Give him a belt buckle that says TB. Belt buckle that says TB. Abs, because, you know, buffness. And well, no, just normal trousers. Do you have anything humorous about his trousers in the series? I can't think of anything. I do apologise, by the way. Well, I've already apologised several times, but it's just not cricket. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh, and why not in his hand? He's got a hook. He's got a hook. Because that's one of my favourite quotes from the series as well. Oh, it's a little bit of grass, a little bit of maybe a slime. Just a little shiny slime. And maybe one in the distance too. And maybe up there, the old Eye of Cthulhu, one of the bosses in the game. I can't spell incredulous. Who the hell do you think I am? Oh, bollocks. You... Incredulous fool. I don't think that is incredulous. You incredulous fool! Oh, it needs some motion. It needs some. Because his impact, you know, he's hitting the ground. Oh, lordy, lordy, lord. I just want to spell check incredulous. Apparently I spelled it right. You never know until you go. It doesn't. I'm still trying to make it look a bit more like Terraria, you know. I think maybe he needs a bit of an outline around his eye, and maybe I don't know, little. It just looks like a giant tit in the sky. A pot, because Terraria is known for its pots. That doesn't look like a pot. That looks like a sad ball bag. Strength in numbers. Strength in numbers. Strength in numbers. Draw another one. And draw a third one. And maybe a chest somewhere. I forget what the chests in Terraria look like. Just a chest, isn't it? They're sort of like that, aren't they? Like with a maybe a lock. I don't know. Just need lock. And a little skull down there, just because, you know, Fantasyland and all the rest of it. No, actually, a little skull with a flame on it, because he decorated in one of the episodes. He decorated his house with one of them. Incredulous fool. Problem is now it makes me think of like Mr. T for some reason, and I'm just picturing him saying, "You incredulous fool." Oh, moon. The moon. Oh, hand. It's dripping because it's a blood moon. Go on, blood moon. Go on, get bloody. Get bloody. Bloody moon. Bloody goddamn bloody moon. And there we are. Jesse, you incredulous fool. So, to review on the 3 drawings of today. By the way, 3 drawings isn't mandatorily what we'll do, but when I look at the timer, if we're near like the hour mark, that to me is when we're done. So, for all I know, we could just do 1 picture that takes an hour to do. But, you know, if I'm feeling light, we'll do more than 3, you know, it depends. So, TotalBiscuit goes to a game shop and he's judging everyone. He got frame rate, they're like saying that's a good thing. 30 frames per second. We like this. And he's like, ah, you know, he's caught them. And this bloke knows it. You know, we've got the bargain bin and various Dark Souls. It's good. It's a happy life. Up next, he's travelled to the 40s or late 30s, and he really wants to hit Hitler. He's giving him the stink eye. He's literally like, you, sir, are a bounder. And Hitler is crapping him. Stinky Hitler with all the flies. He's crapping himself. Terrified. And last but not least, Jesse falls flat on his face. You incredulous fool. I deserve a medal for getting through this video with the amount of liquid that is leaking from my face. Thank you very much for watching, everyone on YouTube. I am now going to eat a whole load of hay fever tablets and then lay comatose for hours and days, possibly when I wake up, to make the next video. I hope you all have very clean nasal passages and are not snotty and disgusting. Take care, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon. See you later.